Listen to this.
Greetings. Today, let us cultivate wisdom within our minds, within our formless, empty, and pure life essence. Let us understand that liberation from suffering occurs within our minds, leading to permanent freedom. Let us realize the truth that everything apart from the mind is temporary, without self, not us, not ours. When we see this truth, our minds will release from delusion, becoming free. We will realize the formless life essence that is our mind. We will discover life's most precious treasure, moving us to tears. We will be permanently liberated from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. We will encounter a nature that neither comes nor goes, neither born nor dies, neither dark nor bright, utterly pure and clear. This pure nature is the origin of all things, so profound that we will reproach ourselves for our previous ignorance. We will discover the deathless element, the zero element. Here there is no time, no distance, merged with all things throughout the universe. This is the mind, our life essence. We possess this most precious treasure, yet fail to recognize it. We study everything in this world, teaching one another, even learning about things beyond our world and universe. Yet this most precious thing within us remains unknown. Thus we continue cycling through birth and death, in this world of forms and bodies without end, born to compete and destroy each other, finding only suffering. I have uploaded these truths about the mind, recording them for all to hear as a world heritage, the one essential knowledge that everyone on earth must study and listen to. As mentioned, no one on earth has explained this knowledge so clearly. We suffer in this world from dawn till dusk, preoccupied with things that are not us or ours. Isn't it absurd? These recordings I've made are accessible to all: children, elderly, disabled, women, men, all genders, ages, castes, status, beliefs, religions, races, and nationalities. When listening, you will find permanent liberation from suffering. Listen frequently, from waking to sleeping. Within 7 days to 7 months, truly, I want to say within a month, you will realize your true mind. We will realize the life element awaiting our discovery. We will cry. We will scold ourselves. Why were we so foolish? I'll show you how grand this nature we already possess is. This nature just waiting to be discovered, and how it's always been with us. We must go back to when we were newborn children. Imagine this. When we're newly born from our mother's womb, not counting the time in the womb since we weren't aware then. When we first emerge, we encounter air. In the womb it was comfortable, familiar. Upon encountering air, we feel something and cry out. It's dissatisfaction, crying from pain, from disliking the sensation, not even knowing why we're crying. Do you know, when we're newly born, we don't know how we came to be in this body. Can you understand this? Don't know how we got into this body. Do you know we change bodies like this very often? Suppose after birth we experience some impact and suddenly we are knocked out. This body stops functioning suddenly. Or some accident occurs and we can't breathe and we're knocked out. Right now we don't know how we came to be in this body. We just know it can't do anything, suffers greatly, then stops breathing. Do you know when this body stops working, dies, born for about 2 minutes, then the body stops working, stops breathing, and dies? Where do we go? When we're born, we don't even know we're in this body. We just know we feel something, then suddenly it tightens up and we're knocked out. This body dies. Do you know where we will go next? Our mind or life element drifts away, seeking a new body. Do you know? By chance, We might get a water animal's body, land animals, underground animals, or winged animal's body. When we get a new body, we don't know we're in it, don't know what kind of animal we are. When born in the new body, just like before, we feel something and cry. Suppose we're a winged animal. We're in an egg and it hatches. The moment we hatch, we feel something. We must fall, try to stretch our limbs and fall. Feel very uncomfortable, can't stand up and fall. Just feelings and feelings. We don't know how we came to be in this bird's body. Don't know, but we just know we're alive now. Know we're alive and feeling. Don't even know we're a bird. Don't know we're a bird right now. Don't know we're young. Don't know what kind of bird we are. Do you understand this? There's always this not knowing with us. Where did we come from? How were we born? Why are we in this vessel? And what are we here to learn? Because when we get a vessel, the law of this body vessel, whatever body it may be, when you get a body vessel, you must quickly eat. This is it. With a body, you must eat. Because if this body doesn't eat, this body stops working, dies. Understand? Must eat. There are parents. If there are no parents to provide food, this body dies. So when we're newly born, if parents or adults give us food, we eat, 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 eat. We don't know what we're eating right now, right? Can you understand this? When we're newly born, we don't know what we're eating. We can't choose what to eat either. Have you noticed? Has anyone ever asked us what we want to eat? When newly born, we don't even know how we came to be in this body vessel. Do you understand this? But what's certain is we're alive. We feel something. It perceives automatically, and there are automatic emotions of satisfaction and dissatisfaction with this contact. I know for sure that I have to eat now. I know that I must eat, but the way of eating is not the same. Each bodily vessel consumes in its own way. Do you understand this? Suppose we were born as an aquatic being, like a fish. The moment we emerge, we instinctively know we can breathe, though we do not know how we know it. We simply know that we are breathing and that we must eat. So we begin to eat using our mouth again and again, consuming the tiny particles known as plankton in the water. Now that we can breathe, we must open our mouths to drink water. Drink water, get air and food too. Our duty is to eat, eat, eat. When full, rest and sleep. Wake up, eat, eat, eat. When full, rest and sleep. Born to eat and sleep, eat and sleep. Then we start eating other living things. Do you understand this? Mind or life element inhabits different vessels. Our mind or life element, sometimes we become tiny animals, born to eat plants and become food for other animals. We eat them, they eat us, eating back and forth, but don't know we must eat them. Don't know if eating them is right or wrong. Don't know. Just know we must eat, so we eat. When they eat us, how do we feel? Is it painful and suffering? Feel hatred? There are all emotions, and it remembers everything too. Angry and dissatisfied that they eat us. We feel pain. When we eat them, do we feel pain? But instead, we feel happy, satisfied, right? Do you know when we eat them, they feel pain, suffering, and hate us? Then the body disintegrates. The life element mind drifts to find a new body, with all emotional feelings, vaguely remembering previous experiences, getting a new body, starting fresh, reset. Every time we get a new body, it's like changing to a new car. Have this car for a while. The car breaks down for whatever reason. We go find a new car. Get a new car. We're happy, busy taking care of the new car again. must give fuel to the new car, must maintain fluids for the new car, must take care of everything so this car can run and work, right? Then this car deteriorates, we go find a new car, right? Likewise, the mind, or the essence of life, has never truly been anything or belonged to anything. Can you grasp this? I am pointing out that our mind, our life essence, has no form. It is the original element, the purest, most transparent essence of life. We are this life essence, clear, formless, untouched by the body. We have never truly been connected to this physical form. It is as if we are merely residing in this body for a brief moment. Do you see? For one purpose alone, to realize what we truly are. Because in essence, we have no shape, no form. Our true being is this pure, transparent essence, and within it, there is nothing at all. In the purity of our mind or life element, there's no sound, no language, no tools. Understand? Like having no mouth to speak, no brain to think. We are a nature that cannot think, cannot use sound, cannot have mental images, cannot have emotions. There are no emotions to use here, no awareness conditions, no memory. In this nature, there's only pure clarity, no suffering here, a life without suffering, and no happiness either, no conditions here at all. We are this element, but this element doesn't know what it is, just lacking the wisdom knowledge, that's all. Pure element lacks only wisdom knowledge. Therefore, this pure element is a nature that must learn. To learn requires tools, understand? Like when we travel anywhere. Suppose traveling to the far north, we need tools. We need a car, a vehicle to travel, to go north, right? Without a car, we can't travel north. If possible, extremely difficult, understand? Suppose if we had no bodies, could we travel north? Can't either, right? Without this language, we wouldn't know what north is. Without images, wouldn't know what north looks like. Without emotions, without awareness, without memory, we couldn't know anything, right? That's what we are, this element. Element without form, just formless life, clear and pure. I'm pointing out that we are this element. This body is just a temporary vessel that our mind or life element must inhabit. Every time we inhabit it, we keep learning only worldly matters, about sustenance, all external things. Since birth, no parent or teacher has ever told us, "Child, you are mind, life element. This body is just a temporary vessel we inhabit. This voice is just a temporary tool. Mental images, emotions, awareness, memory. These conditions are just tools, child. We are the mind, life element without form, without even sound, mental images, emotions, awareness, or memory. We are pure element, child. Don't attach to this body as being us. Don't attach to this voice as being us speaking. This speaking voice isn't us. The voice thinking in our mind, speaking in our mind, that thinking isn't us. The voice parents speak has no substance, can't be grasped. Mental images have no substance, can't be grasped. Emotions have no substance, can't be grasped. But emotions still exist. Satisfaction, dissatisfaction, neutral emotions. These are just conditions, tools that exist for use in this world, child. Oh, what if parents and teachers told us this way? Even this awareness, hearing sounds now, it perceives by itself, it smells by itself. Observe, it remembers and forgets by itself. Don't attach to being a self. Nothing is us. We're just temporarily residing to understand the mind. That's why parents and teachers teaching you now want you to understand, because parents and teachers no longer doubt. Parents and teachers are at peace now. You must understand this. Do we know that if we were born, and parents, teachers, or everyone on earth taught us from childhood, we would never suffer again from childhood? We would grow up living life easily, peacefully, and not harm, kill, or destroy each other, not fight over land like today. Today there's shooting, bombing, destroying back and forth, killing back and forth, because we believe there's a self. This is our house, our land. Don't step here, don't come near. This is our system, our food, our water. We kill and fight over things to sustain this body, understand? When we have this body, we're troubled, competing, destroying everything to find vessels to cover this body. We must cut trees, kill animals for leather, take wood, and take raw materials from this world to cover the body. We must destroy everything to cover the body, destroy everything to build houses to cover and protect the body. We must destroy everything to create vehicles to protect the body. We destroy everything to be food for the body. Understand? Kill them for food, to sustain the body. Destroy nature to sustain the body. Understand? Let's not misunderstand that we are human beings. We are consciousness, the pure and empty life element. This must be understood first. We are consciousness, a life element without form, like a natural phenomenon that is spherical and clear. Understand? It merges as one with the emptiness of the entire universe, like the emptiness before us now, that which cannot be touched. We are like this emptiness that is right in front of us. Let's observe this for a moment. While we look at the phone, or look at the house wall, or look at a tree, while we look at this object, let's say the phone, we see the phone, we see the house wall, see the tree, but do we see the clarity that exists before us? Between the phone and our eyes, there is this clarity here. Do we see it? We don't see it, but we see the image that appears. We see the image called phone. We see the image called wall. We see the image called tree. But these images have no names, isn't that so? The voice in our mind, this speaking voice, we rely on it. We depend on it. Can you notice this? We rely on this voice to tell us this image is a phone. This voice speaks, but the image doesn't speak. Do you understand this? While we rely on seeing, we look and see an image, this image, but we cannot see the clarity that exists before us. Can you understand this? We cannot see the clarity that is in front of us, but we know there is empty clarity between the phone and our eyes, between the wall and our eyes, between the tree and our eyes. In this space, there exists clarity, empty clarity. We know this through our consciousness, through our life element, but we cannot see it with our eyes. Our eyes only function to receive light and images. Eyes can only perceive images. When looking, they make contact with images and simply see those images. This image is a phone. This image is a wall. This image is a window. This image is a tree. It sees images, but doesn't see the empty clarity. Yet we know there is empty clarity here. Understand? This is known through the nature of consciousness or life element, because consciousness or life element is empty clarity. It knows through its own nature because they are one and the same. Can you understand this? The nature of our consciousness or life element that is so clear and pure, it is truly pure, not involved with anything at all. It is a nature that when residing in any vessel, that vessel becomes alive. Do you understand this? The point is that our life element has come to reside in this body, and this body has become alive. Let's try removing consciousness from the body. Imagine if we remove consciousness from this body would collapse and decay immediately. The heart would not beat. The brain could not think. The ears could not hear sounds. Arms and legs could not move. When consciousness leaves the body, this body will die immediately and begin to decay immediately. As this body decays, swelling with blood and pus bursting from the body, continuously decaying, terribly putrid. Don't worry about this body. Then let's see, where is our body? Very putrid and swollen. Everything bursting out from the body completely, worms boring through, the body gradually decomposing more and more, drying more and more, until only bones remain. Left for a long time, these bones gradually deteriorate, break down, and turn completely to dust. Where is the body? Where is the self? Can you understand this? Can you understand just this simple thing? The body doesn't last long. We have changed bodies many times, infinitely many times. Why? We need a body that allows us to reside and learn what we are. Understand? The formless, clear life element has floated in vessels of aquatic creatures, then eating and being eaten, with hatred and vengeance, fighting with nothing but suffering, struggling from wake to sleep, constantly struggling, just to eat and eat and eat. They eat us, we eat them, dodging back and forth, killing back and forth. When they eat us, we suffer in pain. The life element doesn't know about this. It just floats to find a new body. Then when we get a new body, we're happy. We eat and eat, eating just the same. They eat us, we eat them just like before. Consciousness floats out from that body that was eaten. The body has decomposed, so consciousness or life element goes to find a new body. It goes on like this endlessly, the cycle of birth and death, born to eat and eat, then sleep, then wake to eat and eat, then sleep, meaning they eat us, we eat them, with hatred and vengeance, suffering indeed, born to age, aging continuously, then the body deteriorates, experiencing pain and all sorts of ailments. When we were born, did you notice? As children, we rarely got sick, quite comfortable, only occasionally ill, right? But as we age, the body begins to weaken, can't run well anymore. The body starts weakening, bone pain, joint pain, having allergies, having hypertension, cholesterol, dizziness, heart palpitations, stress disorders, cancer, diabetes. Too much food causes shock, too little food causes shock, dental problems, constant toothache, eye problems, joint and bone problems, gout pain, severe pain, great suffering, all kinds of diseases, chronic fatigue syndrome, autoimmune disease, severe allergies, even a small mosquito bite causes whole body reactions, cold air allergies, hot air allergies, sweat allergies, and so on. All sorts of things they call deterioration. It's starting to deteriorate, right? Like getting a car. When we get a new car, we're happy. Oh, a new car. When it gets a small scratch, we suffer, even though this car isn't really ours. But we suffer. We're troubled with finding money for fuel, otherwise the car can't run. We're troubled with maintaining the battery system, because batteries often have problems. We're troubled with changing tires, with the car's paint, troubled with preventing rust. But after using the car for a while, it starts getting old, starts deteriorating, starts not wanting to wash it anymore. Washing often is tiring. Washing often we start not wanting to wash. Start being troubled with finding money to repair the car. The car starts rusting more, starts having various problems more frequently. Finally, it's like, oh no, drive a little bit, another problem, drive a little bit, another problem. Sometimes it's the electrical system, sometimes engine problems, sometimes fuel consumption problems, noise problems, black smoke, 108 problems. Problems with tires, with windows, with collisions. Since having the car, it's been very troublesome. When we didn't have a car, there was nothing. When this car deteriorates, we find a new car again to use, right? Why do we find a car? to drive toward our destination, right? As long as we have a car and haven't reached our destination, we need to find a new car to use, right? We've changed cars many times. Can you understand this analogy? We've changed cars many times so we can reach our destination, but we've changed through millions, billions of cars already, never reaching the destination. We need any special car that has GPS that can aim directly at the destination and drive straight there in one go. Want a car like that. But we've never found a car like this. Rarely do we find a special car with GPS, but after using it for a while, it often has problems, can't make it there, drives a little bit, and breaks down already, system malfunctions already. So we've changed cars, who knows how many times up until today. It's the same. Our consciousness or life element that is empty, clear and pure is an immortal element, a very pure element. Within it, there is no suffering at all, no suffering, no happiness, no thoughts or emotions, no need for a body. Inside this, in the pure element of our consciousness, if we can access it, we just need to retreat inward, stay awakened within, and see that this body is not our body at all. We're just temporarily residing in it. This voice is just a tool, not our voice. Can you understand that this speaking voice has no form, cannot be touched, and there's no one speaking either? Can you understand this? Like this body is not our body. We just reside in it, but must find food for it to eat. Otherwise, the body cannot survive. This speaking voice is for communicating in this world. This voice is also for learning what we are, but this voice is not what we need. The mental images we imagine are for living in this world, to learn what we are. But these mental images have no form, cannot be touched. No one owns them. Can you see that from beginning until now there's only been this voice? I've been using voice the whole time. We've been thinking all the time. The voice speaking in our mind, we rely on it all the time. It gives value that this image is a phone. This voice speaks. This image is our arms and legs. This is left leg, left hand, right hand. This voice speaks. Try looking at this. Look at this image. It doesn't say it's our arms and legs at all. Doesn't say it's left leg, right leg either. Try looking. It's only this voice speaking. Where is the self? If we can see that this speaking voice is not our voice at all, mental images are not our imaginings either. Emotions are merely natural phenomena, tools for use in this world. But these emotions are not our emotions. They are just phenomena, tools for existing in this world only. Not us, not ours. Where is the self? Now hearing this sound, perceiving now, can you see it hears by itself? No need to intend to hear, it hears sound by itself. Where is the self? It smells by itself. Where is the self? It sees by itself, tastes by itself, feels cold, feels hot, feels touched by itself. Where is the self? It remembers and forgets by itself. Where is the self? Understanding understands by itself. Where is the self? Doubt doubts by itself. Where is the self? Let consciousness answer. Let our life element deep within answer. Ask deeply within. Follow my voice. If we just observe deeply within, that what speaks in the mind, speaking this and that, suppose it says, what time is it? What should I eat with rice? Do you see this speaking voice? Better make fried rice with fried egg. No, better make clear soup with omelette. Do you see this speaking voice? The weather is so cold today. Do you see this speaking voice? My leg hurts so much. Why does my leg hurt so much today? Do you see the speaking voice? It's only this voice that gives value to everything. Just listen to my recordings frequently. Hold on to my voice. Listen often from morning until sleep, even lying down. Keep listening. Listen all the time. Our consciousness never sleeps. Our consciousness will gradually understand by itself. The more you listen, the more you understand. The more you listen, the more you understand. Understanding 1%, 5%, 10%. Listening 5 times might bring 5% understanding. Listening 10 times might bring 10% understanding. Listen further for 15 times, 20 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, million times. Keep listening. Not more than 7 days, 7 months, not more than a month. Don't exceed this. If it exceeds this, it shows we haven't grasped the principle yet. If we grasp it, it won't take more than 7 days, not even more than 1 day. Then we'll break free from everything, break free from being human, and we'll know why we were so foolish. We'll shed tears when we see the truth that we are a very pure life element. We mistakenly believed we were human, believed we were aquatic animals, land animals, underground animals, winged animals, because we were taught since birth. No one taught us otherwise. It's like being born into a car, thinking this car is ours. But we forgot. We've changed cars countless times. We never knew this wasn't our car, never knew. When this car breaks down, we find a new one, again, thinking it's our car. When that car breaks down, we get another one, again thinking it's our car. The car isn't our car. It's just a vessel we temporarily reside in. We are here. We are this natural life force. We just reside like possessing a car. Understand? We possess a body, any body. Once we possess it, we believe this is our body. This speaking voice is us speaking. But we forgot. We are consciousness, life element. No one taught us this, because we are something that can possess any body, fish, aquatic animals, winged animals, land animals, underground animals, or what we call human beings. We have possessed bodies. Oh, using the word possess means we are a natural phenomenon that can permeate all material elements for one purpose only, to use that vessel to learn what we truly are. Like we use a car, we need a special car with GPS that can reach the destination as quickly as possible. Suppose we want to go to the north. We need to find any vessel to get to Chiang Mai. Let's say Chiang Mai. We don't know where it is. We don't know where we're meant to go when we're born. We just hear that since we're born, our destination is Chiang Mai. That's all we know. We just know that to end our journey, we must reach Chiang Mai. That's all we know. But we don't know where Chiang Mai is or how to get there. Understand? We keep changing vehicles. We change to cars. We possess cars, possess boats, possess planes, possess trees, possess various objects, 108 of them. Whatever it takes, any vessel will do, as long as we can reach Chiang Mai. But we don't know what Chiang Mai is. If we reach Chiang Mai, that's the end. The goal is Chiang Mai. But we've changed vessels so many times and still haven't found Chiang Mai. Can you picture this? Until we find a vehicle with GPS showing the way to Chiang Mai, and it can get there fastest. If we get that vessel, say it's a car with GPS pointing to Chiang Mai there, we are very fortunate. This is extremely fortunate. Now that we have it, we rush to travel. But suppose we travel just a little way and this vessel, this car, breaks down. Instantly over. The destination we dreamed of reaching, over. Can't reach it anymore. Get a new vessel without GPS again. Start over again. Understand? Until we get a vessel with GPS and reach Chiang Mai. When we reach it, we'll end our journey completely. Done. This is the goal. Similarly, Our consciousness or life element has changed body vessels countless times, and now we're extremely fortunate to have this human body vessel. And to hear this, I've explained, I'm like GPS. I'm GPS for you, so you can quickly use your vessel to reach your own consciousness or life element. Having heard this knowledge now, why isn't this in every person's educational curriculum on this earth? I've said everyone can listen. All beliefs, all religions, all countries, all ages can listen. People with disabilities can listen. People with severe illnesses, bedridden people can all listen, especially those who are bedridden or have severe illnesses where they cannot do anything. Let's imagine one day we're old and frail, having lived until we're elderly, unable to do anything, bedridden or disabled, in a wheelchair, unable to do anything, needing care. If no one cares for us, we'll be lonely and suffering there. We need someone to find food for us, to bring us food. And they don't really want to care for us. With all the defecation and urination, who will take care of us? Lying sick in bed or alone at home, no one caring for us. They rarely visit, bringing things then leaving. We'll feel extremely lonely when we're alone, very lonely. Lying sick with no one caring, or rarely being cared for. They don't care for us well. Don't talk to us, don't joke with us, don't play with us, don't encourage us. We just feel lonely, feeling that money, possessions, land, prestige that we've accumulated, being important, having power and fortune, having lots of money and possessions. It's all worthless when we're bedridden, when we can't do anything, soiling ourselves, paralyzed, elderly, unable to do anything, having diseases where we can't walk or move. We'll be lonely, suffering extremely. We'll just have feelings. Why doesn't anyone visit us? Why don't the children and grandchildren we've given to not care for us? Why, with all our money and possessions, why can't it free us from suffering? Why do we suffer so? There will be loneliness, extreme suffering. But if we listen to all these recordings I've made about consciousness or life element, keep listening. Take my recordings on YouTube, Facebook, Freedom from Suffering Through Understanding. Play it for everyone on earth to hear, even sick people, elderly people. They'll start to have a companion. Imagine we're very lonely. Watching anything doesn't ease our suffering at all. When listening to these recordings, I explain, there will be a feeling. Listening gives such good knowledge. Oh, are we consciousness or life element? Hey, all this isn't us. New knowledge will arise that we've never learned on this earth. This world only teaches external subjects, never teaching internal subjects. No one teaches about pure consciousness or life element, only external subjects. Even getting a doctorate, 1,000,000 degrees, cannot free us from suffering, cannot free us from the cycle of rebirth. We must be born to age, sicken, and die like this endlessly. Born to eat, then die. Born to eat, then die. That's all there is. When we listen to this tape, imagine we're elderly, sick, and lonely at home. Upon listening, we begin to understand reality, and we'll start to have company. My voice from all these tapes becomes your friend. The more you listen, the lighter you feel, and the more you understand. The more you understand, the lighter and more relieved you become. We'll start feeling increasingly comfortable. The more we listen, the more we understand, 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 understand. It's like we're filling ourselves with wisdom. Once we understand 25%, tears will start flowing. We'll begin to realize the truth. How could we have been so attached to believing this is our body? Everything exists because of our thoughts. We'll start seeing the truth, that everything is a world of thoughts. This voice says, this is a house, so a house comes into being. Yet this thing has no name called house. This isn't called a window, isn't called a fan, isn't called a telephone. Look, this isn't even called a body. Look, these aren't arms or legs. Just look. But it's this voice that tells us everything. That these are our left and right arms, left and right legs. This is a window. This is a telephone. This is a fan. This voice speaks of everything. When we begin to grasp this principle, tears flow. It's as if we've lost 25% of our self-identity. Keep listening. It will become lighter and clearer, and you'll feel it's very challenging. It's like we're about to return home. I am merely a GPS guiding you back home. We can return home now. We've wandered outside searching for various things, seeking many bodies, clothes, houses, shelters, seeking so much, but none of that is our true home. Come here, listen to this GPS, and return home. Our home is within. We are consciousness, a pure life element. There is no suffering here at all. There is only lightness, relief, and awakening. It's as if we are everything in the universe. The entire universe is within us, yet we are not involved with this universe at all. When this world disintegrates, it doesn't concern us. When this body grows old, sick, or dies whenever, it doesn't concern us. All matters of quarrels, anger, hatred, vengeance, love, hate, happiness, suffering, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, none of these concern us. It's like we've emerged from a dream world. All of this is completely a dream. Our quarrels, competitions, destruction of each other, great suffering, it's all a dream. It doesn't truly exist. As we continue listening to my tapes, understanding will deepen. Understanding, listening multiple times, keep listening. Understanding, 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 understanding. We'll start feeling less lonely. We'll begin to feel we have a companion. This voice expressing truth becomes our friend. The more we listen, the lighter, more relieved, more joyful we become. Understanding more that, hey, we're not this body. It's very challenging. This is the only knowledge, the only subject, that when we listen, we begin to feel lighter, relieved, comfortable, starting to not suffer from anything. The world where we felt lonely without children and grandchildren will disappear. The illnesses we used to suffer from will begin to not suffer from them because they're not us. Whatever we used to suffer from, everything will gradually dissolve away because nothing is us, understand? The matters we suffered from in the past, 2 years ago, last year, last month, last week, will all disappear. We never had debt, never lost anyone, never had anything as our own, because we are consciousness, life element. This body isn't our body. This house isn't our house. This world isn't our world. This speaking voice isn't our voice. These mental images aren't our mental images. These emotions aren't our emotions. This knowing isn't us knowing. All memories we've remembered never truly existed. As we keep understanding, we'll see everything exists because of this voice that's speaking. Keep listening. We begin to know that if all emotions aren't our emotions, it's comfortable. This happiness isn't us being happy. This suffering isn't us suffering. They're merely conditions. It becomes light and relieved, as if we've never suffered. We've never been anything in this world. It's like we've been playing a game. We were very stressed about the game we played. We took it very seriously. When we become aware, oh, the game we played doesn't really exist. We aren't this character, understand? We aren't this character that's suffering greatly now, understand? It doesn't really exist. We are formless life element. but we've mistakenly attached ourselves to the vessel we inhabit. Understand? Can you understand? It's like we're sleeping and dreaming. We dream and believe it's real. But as we gradually wake up, we begin to realize, hey, isn't this not real? Gradually understanding. Like we're performing in a theater wearing masks. We're very serious, quarreling, hating, can't sleep from great suffering. We're sick and ill. No one comes to visit or care for us. But as we begin to realize we're acting in a play, it's not real. Oh, is it not real? Hey, this suffering we're experiencing, we're just playing this role. Is it not real? Yes, it's not real. We're just playing a theatrical role. Oh, wait, like this, we'll gradually understand. Understand. Oh, hey, was all of this our thinking? Yes, it's just this voice speaking constantly. We're flowing with the voice speaking in our mind constantly. Oh, if this speaking voice isn't us, then where is the self? And who is this that knows? And it will begin feeling lighter, relieved, like we've detached from these instruments. Our consciousness or life element sends energy to attach to this body, sends energy to ripple, attach to this voice, attach to these mental images, attach to these emotions, attach to these conditions of awareness. We send currents to attach and create these conditions. Whenever we see the truth that these things aren't us, observe now. It hears by itself. Notice how it perceives and hears this voice by itself. Where is this voice? Try to find it. Can't grasp this voice, yet it's already perceived. It perceives by itself too. See? It perceives its own voice. Where is the self? Can you see? It understands by itself too. Can you see? It thinks by itself. It processes and understands by itself. Can you see? Can you understand? Understand, understand, understand. When it reaches the heart, when our consciousness or life element suddenly realizes, hey, none of this is us, and it breaks free completely, tears flow, and we'll encounter one nature. In this nature, there's nothing at all, only purity and clarity. It's pure, pristine. There's no time here. There's no distance. It absorbs the entire universe. It's extremely pure. There's no suffering at all. There's only awakening, only lightness and relief, because there's no form. Let's envision this. Contemplate understanding. Contemplate understanding. Contemplate understanding. When the mind accepts this truth, it's complete. I'm not teaching you to believe. Observe the truth. Can this speaking voice be grasped? We're residing in this voice. Where is this speaking voice? Right now, at this moment, in the present. Who can see that this voice cannot be grasped? It's not us, not ours. This voice is a natural phenomenon that exists for use in this world, nothing more, not us. When we don't attach to it as being us, where is the self? Let the life element answer itself. Whenever our life element answers that there is no self, tears will flow, and it will break free completely. We'll see that we are pure clarity, extremely pristine, absorbing the entire universe. We are this element, and we'll cry, and we'll know we were foolish. How foolish we were to attach to things. Nothing is us. It's like with the body, all knowledge we've ever known in this world explodes into fragments, completely gone. The knowledge we've known explodes into complete fragments. Like understanding we're performing in a large theater, wearing masks to perform. They tell us, hey, all of this is just acting. It's not real. Come out. Time to go home. When we realize, oh, all of this was acting. It wasn't real. We walk out. Yes. And the knowledge we understood of acting for so long completely collapses. We'll walk in a daze. Dazed like, when did we become lost here? Hey, Why did we attach to things that weren't ours? And tears will flow. We'll break free from this world. This world is a world of dimensions. We are life element that is zero dimension. We are zero element. This zero element has nothing at all. It has no dimensions at all. It has no conditions at all. There is only purity here. There is only pure pristineness. It is the original element. Let us imagine, if we erase this entire universe, erase this world doesn't exist. Our body disappears too. Erase all stars, erase everything. The sun, black holes, cosmic dust, all erased. Darkness and light erased too. What remains is pure clarity, the original element, the essence of emptiness. There's nothing there. Emptiness means there's nothing in it. It's the purest original element, the source element. And originally we are this element. At one point in this source element, it exploded. That explosion came from the source element. Bang, that's what we call the Big Bang. That explosion created immense mass energy, expanding from the source element. This mass energy began forming, creating dust particles, tiny particles with form, nucleus, electrons, protons, neutrons rotating around these tiny elements. These tiny elements began bonding into dust compounds, then inductively forming, attracting each other, becoming stars, becoming suns, becoming solar systems, galaxies, and the universe. And we who are pure clear element, began attaching to these tiny objects. These tiny objects began having life as single-cell organisms, 2 cells, 3 cells, beginning to consume each other, beginning to hate and seek vengeance, beginning the cycle of birth and death of these material elements. Mind or life element never births, never dies, never becomes anything, just changing bodies continuously, changing vessels continuously, like changing cars continuously, changing vehicles continuously, until we find the best vehicle with GPS to take us to our destination precisely and quickly. But we've changed vessels like this often, never reaching the destination because it breaks down along the way. Until now, we've found this GPS. I am merely a GPS. Let us understand the mind or life element, the only subject, the only knowledge we already have, but don't know. Come to know your own life element. Know your own mind, which is pure clear element. Time to return home. We've been tired for so long, lost our way outside, seeking external homes extensively. See how there's only suffering? See how there's only struggling, competing, destroying each other. Our home is here, come inside. This speaking voice isn't us, just a tool we're using. Mental images we think aren't us. Emotions don't truly have existence. Don't attach to them. Let them perform their functions. Let voice perform its function. Let mental images perform their function. Let emotions perform their function. Let this awareness perceive by itself, perceiving smells, tastes, cold and heat. Let it perceive by itself. Whether it remembers or not, let it perform its function. See, these conditions aren't us. Can you see how now it hears by itself? Where is the self? Can you see how this knowing and thinking in the mind, it thinks by itself, speaks by itself? Where is the self? Accept there is no self. These things aren't us at all. When we let go, enlightenment will occur. Tears will flow. We'll have a revelation. Tears will flow. And we'll find the pure element. We won't be born again. This is our true home. It's time to conclude. May all of us quickly and instantly realize our pure mind or life element. Every single one of us. May it be so. Hey, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments. Provide productive feedback. And if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.